Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Atlanta Dreamin' Podcast. This is Joshua, ENFP Hoops, and Amber, AmbeeWrites.
What's
And
up?
we have a lot to talk about. We had an all-star break. Things happened at the game, but bottom line, the most important things, correct me if I'm wrong, Amber, there were three
Mhm.
Atlanta Dream All-Stars. They
Yes,
were all on Team Asia, which are working on recruiting her and Jewel for some time in the future to join the Dream. And
exactly.
Atlanta is on a 6-game winning streak. I think that's all you need to take from the All Star break and the festivities. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. That's all we need.
Yeah. We are the only team on a 6-game winning streak. Of
hmm
we are the hottest team,
hmm
at
We
least for the
are.
last 6 games. Not going over the whole season. Aces fans, don't be mad. But
hmm
yeah, I don't know. Were you feeling the same way? Like a little sad we were going to the All Star break when we were playing so well, or because it was so short, you don't think it's going to disrupt their rhythm?
I don't feel like it should disrupt it to the point where it's gonna be hard for them to jump back into their winning ways. I mean, we might drop a game here or there, but I don't feel like we're gonna go on a skid.
I don't think so
No.
either. I think skids are a
Yeah.
thing of the past. At least I hope
Yeah.
so.
Fingers crossed. But yeah. I mean, it's a necessary thing. All star. You gotta celebrate your all stars. But um, yeah, I feel like we should come out of this. We have a couple of games that we should win coming up, so it's like I feel like they're gonna take care of business. I'm not too worried.
I'm not either. And I don't know, looking at their schedule, because I took a peek before getting on here and stuff, and these next 7 games is the hardest stint for the rest of the season. If we have a winning
hmm
streak here, if we have a winning record at the end of these 7 games, go at least 4-3, I think we get that fourth seed. I feel
hmm
confident the rest of the schedule, because our next 7, we have the Lynx back-to-back games with the Sun, Mercury, Liberty, Mystics, Aces. So
Yeah.
if we come out with a winning record there,
hmm
that is solid. And then the rest of the season,
hmm
we play the Aces twice, and then the Mystics and Wings at the end of the season. The rest of the way, we could really do some damage. So yeah,
Absolutely.
and we've taken down all these teams except the Aces this season, so we can do
And
it.
we got to within two with the aces, so
Exactly. If we had
just
played
saying.
the first half had gone differently, that
Yeah,
game
that would have been a
that
win.
game ends. But it's all right. It's
hmm
all right.
Yeah,
Aries
it's all
still
right.
out, which I don't
hmm
know if Layla's here, but she said that Aries' injury, shoulder injury, is typically worse with players she's seen, and that's proving to be right because
hmm
we're after the timeline they originally said that she would be
hmm
back and everything. So
Yeah,
we'll have to
it's a rough
see.
one though.
It was.
Laborings
It
are
looks
very,
rough.
very hard. Yeah, if you don't get
Mm-hmm.
surgery, it can be a mess. So
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess. Mhm.
I think she's gonna go about this differently. Even if she comes back for this season, I think she's gonna treat it differently than AT because she does
Mhm.
not play overseas. She tried it one time in Hungary and then left
Mhm.
mid-season and everything, and has not gone back with her having a job at Arizona now. So I think she
Mhm.
would actually get the surgery and then
Just
be
heal up.
back to
Yeah.
her normal self next season and everything. But yeah, I'm curious
Mhm.
if she comes back. I'm starting to wonder and everything because it is a serious
Mhm.
injury.
Mhm.
Obviously, I looked it up and everything, more cases and everything. Obviously, AT, you can honestly play with it and everything without surgery. But yeah, you know how I am with injuries. It's better to play it safer than not. So, but we'll see
Exactly.
what happens there and everything.
Yeah. I'm wondering. I wonder.
But man, we gotta. That this would not be on the Dreams personal agenda, but for the Atlanta Dreamin' podcast, we need to get revenge on the Stinks for you. We got to do it.
I need it. I need it because listen, I have had a vendetta against them since they beat the Dream in the finals. I've literally had a vendetta since then. Even though I've been a huge fan of Simone Augustus, like since her college days, like that's one of my favorites of all time. But like everybody else, other than Seal and Dan Peters, I ain't really care too much about everybody else. Even Maya Moore, Maya Moore is a great player, but I hated her guts while she played. I'm gonna just be honest. Got the UConn blood, so that just adds to it. But I was like, man, they've already beaten the Sparks 3 times this year. I am like hot. Like, and then not only are they gonna play Atlanta tomorrow, they're gonna play LA on that'll be Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have time for this. I just want them to go away.
And unfortunately, they have not been going away. Like after starting like 1-6, like I don't know.
They were 0-6.
0-6.
Which makes it even worse. Yeah.
It does. Like I don't know. They're looking better, healthy, and everything. Like Fee's been, unfortunately, like what NECA was for LA and everything, but she's getting more support. And yeah, like Diamond Miller just came back. Haven't heard any news on Jessica Shepard, but the pieces are clicking and everything. Like I am not expecting a blowout tomorrow. I don't know about you, but I think we are gonna have to earn this victory. I still think we can win by double digits, but I think it's going to be a contest. It's not going to be like the Seattle game.
I don't think so either. It's I hate to say it, but Reeve knows how to pull. Like it might start off a little sketchy, but at some point the troops are gonna pull it together because she demands that. It's a requirement.
And the Lynx specifically, I would have loved to play them before the All-Star break because they got their butts kicked by the Las Vegas Aces and Dallas Wings. And I mean kicked. Like, I think they lost both games by 30 plus. So it would have been great to play them. But now, and Tiffany Mitchell is going to be back, Lake. And then you got to send me that article on Harry on her going back overseas. But, yeah, I don't know. I can see it being tough. We gotta make it feel like, force Diamond Miller to be uncomfortable, make her do more, because she doesn't have as good games when she tries to do too much. So force that. So, but yeah, I think it's an absolute. We should win and everything, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. So. But
fingers crossed, I can get 2 victories in a row.
And then the Sun, I just want to split that series. And on Thursday, I am taking PTO to watch them on camp day.
Woo.
And those are why, like those camp day games, you don't know what to expect. There was that, I believe the Aces Liberty game last season where there was like a huge comeback was last season and everything. So during a camp, so you just don't know.
Camp days are always like live. They are you never know what you're gonna get. They get the energy from the kids. The kids are screaming.
Yeah.
Ear splitting screams. Like it's awesome, but it's like
I wouldn't want to go to one. I would
nah. I wouldn't want to sit there through it because like it's hard enough to watch it on television while it's going on. So imagine the people that are there. Oh my god. But the kids have the right type of energy. They're going after it. So shout out to the kiddos. They're gonna make it fun.
I agree. And yeah, I don't know. Again, I feel really confident. Obviously, we're in a 6-game winning streak. Before we get into free agents and power rankings, are you feeling good about competing for home court advantage? Like how this team's looking?
Hell yeah. I'm sticking to my guns, man. Like we already are extremely close. Let's see what the record is real quick. So we're 5th right now, and we're tied with Washington. And Washington might take a bit of a skid. So I feel confident if we can, stay afloat with these next few games that we can propel that into the playoffs. Honestly, I'm not wavering on that. I said it and I'm standing on it.
Yeah. No, injuries suck. Like
Mm-hmm.
we talked about before we got on, like LA would have had a different season if they had Lexi the whole time. And hi,
Yeah,
Mr.
if they had
K.
had
Yeah.
Lay, yeah. But Lay's on her way back. Well, on their way back, and Lexi seems to be on her way back.
She
So
said that she was going to be back. So that the injury report
she was
has
shooting
not
in the
come
gym.
out yet. So
Not yet,
that would be
but
really good.
they already activated Lay, and Lexi was in the gym recently because she was posting videos and she looks good. So we're gonna see like getting in game shape again. That's a whole different story. But in the gym, she's working. So fingers crossed.
And
And
Mr. K,
hopefully
I
Chanel will be back.
agree. Going to that game and they're screaming, like you're already struggling a little bit in the head, and then your team
Whew,
gets blown out. That would
it's
suck.
awful.
I just would not want to
Awful.
go to that game.
Nope. Can't
But
do it.
for this free agent activity, I'm going to start with teams that are losing the most starters. I'm just doing starters only. I'm not doing bench players.
Mm-hmm.
And you just tell me who you think is going to return or not from each team.
Okay, I like that.
So
Let's
there
talk
are
about it.
5 teams losing that have 3 unrestricted free agents at the end of the season
Mm-hmm.
that have been in the starting lineup at some point. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
start with LA.
Mm-hmm.
We got Canada, we got
Mm-hmm.
Clarendon, and we got NECA. How many of those 3 return for the Sparks? I know it's harder because you want to see how this season ends and everything, but that's why it's fun to do
Mm-hmm.
it now.
Yes, that's why it's messy to do it now, and I love it. But honestly, out of those 3, I feel like depending on how the season goes, like whether or not they have a winning record at the end of the season or whether they go to the playoffs or not, I feel like Jordan Canada is definitely gonna stay.
Yeah.
Because hometown kid, she's playing well there. Why stir the pot? Like she's literally like probably the most improved player this year. She's been playing her ass off. Um, I feel like if if mm, I feel like NECA is going to stay probably because she just don't like change. She's not trying to move nowhere. Like she's like what 13 years in. She's not trying to move unless she has to. Like if she's like,
I
I
get
don't
it.
know what would be the nail in the coffin. Honestly, for her, I don't know what it would be. And I feel like honestly, if they feel like they can get somebody like a Skylar Diggins, they might let Lay walk. So I say 2.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, as good as Lay's played, I feel like this is a tryout to show teams what they can do. The
Mm-hmm.
drafts, like they have decent point guards, but I still think we're 2 years away because I don't think Paige comes out. I don't think Olivia Miles comes out. So
Nope.
I think Lay will have a job next season and they'll have
Mm-hmm.
it from the get-go. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it's gonna be at the Sparks. I agree. Jordan Canada like fits the LA vibe. She loves
Exactly.
it there, so I
Mm-hmm.
don't think she's
That's
leaving.
home.
And then
And
NECA, for
mm-hmm.
me, it depends if they make the playoffs. And even if they miss, it just depends on the vibe at the end of the season, how they miss it and
Mm-hmm.
everything. If they keep losing at the amount they are now and there's no momentum, she might give it more consideration. But there's a little
Mm-hmm.
bit of chemistry and everything. Like there's not hard feelings.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't end like
Literally.
last season, it's okay. So
Here's the thing with LA. LA just misses the playoffs
go
every
to the
time.
people.
They literally miss it by this much every single time. So it's like they try to find the right pieces to push them over the edge, but like every time it's stuff that happens. And it's more circumstantial than it is like actual play. Like they played like shit quite a few times this year. But
Yeah.
do they have the right coach? Probably. Do they have the right GM? Probably. Do they have a good collection of players that could probably make the playoffs? Absolutely. But everything has to work together. If you're missing pieces like you are right now, that's what you get. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally
Mm-hmm.
see it. And Todrick, For Aries, she's practicing. Like, I'm not noticing a brace or anything. I think they're just really taking it carefully to make sure that she comes in healthy and everything. So we talked about it earlier. Yeah, we don't know what the time frame will be, but she's out for the Lynx game. She's already passed the time frame that was originally, so we'll see what happens there. This next team I'm really curious about from you.
All right.
Chicago.
Ooh, all right. So who's
Ka, Courtney Williams, Elena Smith.
Huh. Man, I don't think. I feel like the only one out of them that could potentially find their way back. Well, I'll say two, because like Kai's gone. I don't care what anybody says. Kai needs to get the hell out of there.
She really does.
Like they did her dirty. Everybody left her. Come to LA. But go where you want to go. But I feel like they've been playing the Kai space like for the last couple of years. So I feel like it's her time to get the hell on. As far as like Courtney, I wonder because like I feel like she just happy to hoop wherever. If they give her the bag, she might stay.
I think she stays.
I feel like she will. If they give her a decent payday, I feel like there's no reason for her not to. But let me see.
And then the last one was Elena.
I feel like if they give her a nice little payday, she'll probably stay. But I feel like she should because like she's literally played so well this year. But the thing about that is when people do that, when players do that, they get offered a big payday somewhere else, and they tend to just go where the money is, where they get the opportunity to play like they want to. So I mean, she probably walk, but I feel like if Chicago can afford it, pay the money and make sure she stays.
Yeah. No, I agree with everything you said. And yeah, just expanding, like, I feel like Ka would have stayed. She wouldn't have minded a rebuilding team. But when they traded away those draft picks, and then, like, even if Wade hadn't left, she was already out the door after that. Because they're not committing to this team's future. Like, she could see the writing on the wall and everything. Like, they're going to try to give it one more go. But, yeah. It would have been, like, a Dana, Court, Kyle lineup would have been really interesting. And then you have your draft picks next season, who, like, whatever prospect you bring in. Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot of us, like, there's Sky fans that love Marina and everything. She is a good player. But on this roster, it's just, it was not what they needed. The trade did not make sense.
So, and it's like, it's kind of like you forcing your other players out because, like, Marina is not a point guard. She's not a point guard. They might be trying to fit her to be a point guard, but she's not. It's only because everybody else is like, you got everybody playing out of position, basically. It's a mess. It's a mess. You got too much of a good thing, and it's like, when you have that many guards that need the ball in their hands, somebody's bound to get frustrated. They're in each other's space, so somebody got to go.
And Dana's played way too little and she's trying to grow in the W and stuff. I don't like it. And I knew it was going to happen as soon as this Mabry trade happened and everything. So, but. And then you hit it on the nose with what I was going to say about Elena Smith. Like, she's fit in well, but I think she's going to see that, like, Izzy's going to be on the roster and everything. E will sign for another year, and she's going to be like, oh, this team offered me a contract with money and stuff. And like you said, you don't know how that's going to work. There are plenty of things where it works great at one team, and then they go to another one, and they're not able to have the same chemistry and rhythm as they did in the other one. But like you said, if the money's there,
they go take that contract, that big contract, because like it's happened several times. Like, you see how things worked out in Minnesota. Minnesota is a huge, like, Ariel Powers had a decent season. There was no room left. Like, what did she went? She went from Washington. Yeah, Washington. She went from Washington. Like, they were trying to make room for Ariel Atkins. So let her go, let her walk. and she got her money. She hasn't played that well, but
I did not consider her a starter for this exercise for Minnesota because they haven't started her. So
exactly.
I haven't seen any updates on her.
Nope.
I don't know what's going on, but they were not playing her that much anyway. They already know that she's not a part of their future. That's how they're treating her and stuff. Like if someone offered a trade, they would take that in a heartbeat. Like, because I just don't think she's a part of it and everything. So, actually, 2 more 3 teams. This one's interesting too. Connecticut, Dewana Bonner, Tiffany Hayes, Brianna Jones.
Ooh, that's. I feel like this is a tough one. It is. It literally could be that everybody comes back. It could be, but I do feel like Bree was on her way out before she got injured. I feel like if she had been offered something this upcoming off season and got a decent payday, that she definitely would have walked. But now after all of this, I don't know if anybody else would be willing to like drop a bag on her except for Connecticut.
I agree. Which sucks. So, like this was going to be her showing out season. Like
it was supposed to.
She only agreed to a 1-year core because her goal was to do like Jonquel does, show out. Like she was putting up really good numbers, and it just sucks. That injury and everything. So I'm with you. I think all 3 honestly return.
Yeah, because it's just Dewana ain't going nowhere without her woman. So I mean, she know what happened the last time. She want to stick to that one, so I don't think she's going anywhere. And plus, she's at it like towards the end of her career. Same thing with Tip. There's no reason to shake it up.
I don't think Tip, I don't think she's done yet. I think she still has at least another year, maybe 2.
She probably got 2.
And I honestly think she is starting to click. It was not working out at the beginning of the season, but it's working out better now. I think she got 22 points in her last game or something. So, yeah. As long as it doesn't end ugly. Like, they don't even have to make it to the finals or anything, but at least, like, a trip to the semis, and they can feel good about next year and everything. So
exactly.
Okay, next one. New York. Jonquel Jones, Benijah Laney, Brianna Stewart.
Well, first off, let's get this out of the way. Stewie's not going anywhere. Either she plays for New York or she's not playing at all next year. I honestly don't see her not playing. She might wait it out a little bit. Well, there's no reason to now because, she was worried about prioritization and now she has a way out of that. So we ain't going to worry about that too much. I feel like she's going to return. Benijah, I'm on the fence about her. JJ's definitely leaving.
JJ definitely, yeah.
That's just the fit is horrible. She's having a horrible season. They don't know how to use her properly. It has a lot to do with the coach. Like I told y'all, the reason that the Liberty will not win the championship this year is because Sandy Brondello she's not that type of coach. She's not. It's just vibes. That's all I got to say about it. It's just vibes.
That's not the name beginning with an S that I thought was the reason they weren't going to make it far in the playoffs, but that's cool. But it should be Stewie's team. It should be. But because it's not.
She's the best player.
But it's clearly not. You look at the content, go to ESPN right now. Go to ESPN when they had their fantasy article. Whenever the Liberty do well and everything, there's another player that's on there. I do not see Stewie getting the same amount of attention, which is wild. But that's another.
Yeah. But I just want to. I'm gonna wrap on this for just a second because it was really, really funny to me because there's this guy that I work with, right? One of my coworkers. Like, we'll talk about basketball back and forth. And, like, he has, like, some knowledge. He doesn't have a whole lot. He tries to, like, he tunes into like highlights at least. So he's like, man, I just don't understand. I don't really get SI's vibe. Like, she hasn't really done anything. And this is somebody who does not watch all the time. He don't like. I'm like, you get it. And I'm like, if they wanted to prop up somebody of the Caucasian persuasion, Stewie is right there, and they choose to go a different route. And it's like, I don't understand. I really do not understand it. But I digress.
Yeah. And you can see the content, like the video that was posted. There's not a lot of respect around the league. Yeah. So
it's so weird. But
I'll say it again. I said it. I think I've said it 50 times this season. Yep. Liberty first round exit. I got my plan here when we go through the end of the season rankings. I got my plan right here on how they get eliminated in the first round. So, but
absolutely.
And again, my takes. They'll become irrelevant. Just forget about this if it's not relevant. All three of them will not be back with the Liberty next season.
Ooh,
it's gonna end bad.
I kind of love that.
I don't know where Stewie goes, but
yeah, it's like. But the thing about it is, even if they have a first round exit, I feel like Stewie wants to be on a team with an owner that is willing to drop the bag. I don't think it has anything really personal. I mean, she's from New York State, right?
Yeah,
I believe she's from the state of New York.
Right.
She's not going nowhere. She's not going nowhere now. But Nyjah could very well walk. I can see it happening.
Mine's just pettiness, pure pettiness, because I said it before the season that I wanted all of them to walk. So,
but everybody,
I honestly think Stewie's staying. But
yeah.
I get you, chat. I get you, Mr. K and Lakin. But you are probably right. I know I'm being petty, but
so petty.
Just let me be.
Exactly.
Okay, last of the threes. Washington. Ariel Atkins, Natasha Cloud, EDD.
EDD is not going anywhere.
Nope.
Definitely not. Because the whole reason that she even got traded to Washington is because she's close to Delaware and around her family. So she's not going anywhere. But Ariel and Cloud, I feel like, could walk.
Okay.
Because honestly, I mean, it's working to a certain degree right now, but it's not working like it could. They're getting by, but it could just as easily have gone south. Like, I feel like, honestly, they should put the ball in Slim's hands and let her rock. Honestly, if that would be me, but I digress. But yeah, I really do feel like Ariel could walk. I have a feeling that they're probably gonna lose one or both. If Ariel leaves, I feel like Cloud might stay, but I don't know. That's a big question mark for me. Cloud is like, I don't know. That's hard. I would love for her to walk as opposed to Ariel, but I don't think that it's gonna go that way. I think it's gonna go to, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna go that way. It's gonna suck though.
I think 2 of 3 will stay. Cloud leaving or not. I know this is a bigger take, but the Mystics have some big contracts coming off. And they are one of the teams that comes to my mind on a place that SDS would choose, because they are an up-and-coming team. They're right there in the thick. Like, that one would be really interesting. And I think she at least talks to them.
I feel like
if that doesn't happen, because like the Mystics are right, like they want to be contending because they don't know how long EDD is going to be able to stay. So if they don't get SDS, I think there's a high chance they take back Cloud, because they need someone high caliber coming back. She's been. It would take a major move her leaving. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
I was about to say the thing with that is if they trying to get SDS and they even talking to her, I feel like Cloud will walk.
You're right. They would have to
she
do it
has
quietly.
The ego. Exactly. Her ego would not allow for that to happen. She's the point guard for the Mystics. If they're even in conversation with SDS, that's going to be a wrap.
Okay, again, this is way too early.
Mm-hmm.
But what if their backup plan, if they're not able to get SDS, let's say they have these conversations, Cloud says she's out the door and everything. What would you think of someone like D-Rob? Like, she's been with us this season and everything.
I feel like it could work better because D-Rob doesn't have an ego. D-Rob is willing to do whatever it takes to win. She's not focused on getting hers. She can get hers, as you can see, but she's not focused on that.
She has a 3-point shot this season that she has not had the rest of her career. Like, I've loved it. So
exactly, she knows how to run an offense.
But Jordan is not leaving LA, and I really don't think Jordan's leaving LA.
Yeah, she's not. She's at home. She's not going nowhere until they make her. And I don't think they are because she's a great fit for them. But yeah, like picking up somebody like D-Rob as like a last case scenario is not a bad option.
Yeah, I agree. So that's why I'm saying the Mystics have to be prepared because you're probably right on if they find out that she's gone, then yeah, I mean that they're going for someone else. But what are did one of my takes already get trashed? Or what? Okay, we'll find out later. All right.
Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah, I'm about to pull it up in a little bit. Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know. I definitely think they're going to do whatever's possible to stay a top 4 or 5 team at the worst. So they're going to make a big move. So if they don't get SDS, let's say they have to go that backup plan at point guard, they're going to go for someone like Jewel Lloyd or something along those lines. Like
that would be in order to keep everything intact, I feel like that should be the person that they go after. Because I feel like Jewel would fit seamlessly in. And if you keep Cloud, even as much as I'm not a fan, I will say that it would not explode the whole nucleus of the team if she stayed. Neither would it if Ariel stayed as well, but it's like the nucleus works a little bit better when Cloud is on the team. So, even though she's incredibly frustrating as a player sometimes.
No, I think it would be cutting it too tight. I was looking at next year's cap to see if they could sign both, but I don't.
It's not happening.
No,
they can't sign both. They have to make a decision. And if you're gonna go after, I would go after Jewel as opposed to going after SDS. But you gonna have to pick one or the other, whoever wants to come. But just know whose ego is gonna be hurt more.
Yeah. Man, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
On who to pick. But yeah. So on to the 3 teams with 2 players in the starting lineups. We'll start with Atlanta. Nia Coffey, Danielle Robinson.
Honestly, I could see either one of them walking. More so Nia than D-Rob, because I feel like D-Rob, I feel like if they could get her back on a smaller contract, that she could possibly stay. I feel like she would. I feel like she would, feel any type of way about taking less money. But as far as Nia's in the prime of her career, and if somebody drops a bag on her, she'll probably go. I think she loves it here, but like she was great in LA as well, and Atlanta offered her more, and she took the more. Like, and I don't fault anybody for doing that. So I feel like if anybody's gonna leave, it'll be Nia.
I am saying that both come back.
Okay.
there's another player that's not in the starting lineup that I think will leave after this season, and we thought they would last year.
Yeah.
But Nia, like, she gets so much praise for like her leadership on the team. Like, even like, I don't think she'll be in the starting lineup, but she'll be playing close to the same amount she is now, like around 20 minutes, probably a little less. But she can do like backup 4 and 3, like split between those and everything. And yeah, I think she wants stability. Like having to bounce around so much and everything, and Atlanta's committed to that. Already had the first stint with us. I don't know. I think she's going to. Danielle will be for a 1-year contract. Nia will sign for 2 years. And it will be on a reasonable cap hit and everything, because I don't know. I think she loves it here a lot.
She does. But the thing about that is, for me, even, like, I would love her to stay because, like, I feel like she would be a great piece, a great championship piece.
I agree.
She is one of those players that she's going to do the dirty work. So you need that type of player who can hit a timely shot.
Exactly.
She fits that mold. So I feel like I wouldn't want her to go nowhere, but if somebody came up and was like, hey, on a better team that had more money to give her, possibly. I don't want it to happen, but possibly.
Okay. Yeah. So many fours could influence her decision too. Like we have Repair, we have Nas, Cheyenne.
Everybody's a damn 4. Half the team is a 4.
Yeah.
So
if there was going to be a trade, it would be at that position, and yeah. That's interesting, but yeah. That's what I'm going with. Minnesota, Lindsay Allen, Kayla McBride.
I feel like both of them would probably come back. Because, like, I'm trying to figure out where Kayla would go. I mean, I feel like I don't feel like anybody's going to be willing to pay K-Mac what she feels like she's worth at this point. Because, I mean, she still got a lot in the tank. Don't get me wrong, but, like, if she wants to go to a better team.
Close to $202K this season.
Exactly. She's not going to get anywhere near that because she hasn't played up to that. And also, if she wants to go to a better team, she's going to have to take less. I don't see her going anywhere else but back to Minnesota. I don't see it. And Lindsay has found a spot there. She played extremely well.
She is guaranteed to me coming back because she has really fit there.
Yeah.
I think Kayla leaves. I don't know where. I don't have like, I can feel like she sees the role diminishing, that the Lynx are entering a different time than when she joined. They're not going to be a playoff, like, they're going to make the playoffs. They might make it this year, but they're not going to be, a playoff influencer, like a team making noise in the playoffs for a couple years probably. And she's getting towards like the end of her career. Like it's starting to get there. Like she wants to compete as much as possible. Maybe somewhere like Phoenix, but I think she goes somewhere else.
I could very well see it, but
and I think she's willing
come down to money and role.
I think she's going to be willing to take a little bit of a pay cut. Not too much, but a little bit to be on one of those teams. So, but yeah, I'm going one of two. Okay, Seattle. I counted Gabby Williams as a starter because she was eventually she's going to be one on this team and everything once she gets healthy and in the groove and everything. And Jewel Lloyd.
Neither one of them is coming back.
Nope.
It's not a chance because Gabby is not good. Like prior to
she's not even going to be in the W. Yeah.
She's not going to be in the W. And Jewel, if she's smart, and I do believe she's a very smart young lady, shout out to her mom and pops. Y'all did a beautiful job with that young lady. The All-Star MVP, 10 threes in the All-Star game. Why wasting in Seattle?
The only way that she comes back is if they do like a huge signing in free agency. and she hasn't been
Who's gonna
signed yet
go?
already. I don't know, but they would have to hit someone big. They would have to somehow get someone like Ha. They'd have to get someone like SDS. Again, I don't know how they pull it off with the season they're having
And
now.
neither one of them would go.
But they have the core. It's exactly McMagor. Like, she's a good player. Jewel Lloyd, Jordan Horston coming up. Like, there's little pieces there. If they get a couple players, like, they could make some things shake, but they would have to do it quick to get Jewel to come back. They would have to do it quick, or she's gone. So I'm going 80% chance that she's gone. I'm going to go 80%. But there's a 20% chance that they're able to get someone else. Seattle has Class A facilities, big arena, big fan base. Someone might be coaxed into it. And SDS is very familiar with Noelle Quinn. So I don't know.
Skylar wants to win the championship. Okay?
I know.
She wants to win the championship.
To get SDS,
gonna be starting 3.
They would have to be communicating together, her and Jewel, and then someone else to make it happen.
Let me tell you how it would work for all 3 of them. Well,
okay.
Them and another superstar.
Okay.
If they really want to make some noise, right?
Okay.
If I'm Jewel, I'm hitting up Sky. I'm like, all right, Sky. If we could pull in somebody like a NECA.
Ooh.
NECA's showing
NECA and McMagor. Oh my gosh.
That's the only way I feel like SDS would go and Jewel would stay.
That is the type of move. Like NECA leaving LA would be. Yeah, you're right. Okay, that's around the
only
move.
way. And I already feel like Sky and NECA are already in communication about where they want to go. And there's only a couple of destinations that they could go.
That they could all fit.
Go to
Seattle
LA.
Has a lot of. They did this right. Again, I was saying that they were doing the rebuilding right because they have a ton of cap space for next year. They are one of the few teams that could do this. And Lake and Mr. have been saying NECA the talent.
Y'all not gonna make me wear this ugly ass jersey. I don't want that ugly ass jersey. NECA, purple and gold looks good on you, or green, or something else. I ain't wearing that ugly Dallas jersey. Okay, y'all can quote me on that. So you cannot go. Jewel can come to LA. Hell yeah. They want to keep me as a fan. They better do something. Woo! All right.
Okay, these next 2 teams only have 1 player. We will start with the Phoenix Mercury, Brittany Griner.
I don't think she's going anywhere. I want her to leave, but she's not going anywhere. If you had to ask me, after 2021, absolutely, I could have seen her walking. But after everything that's happened, and even though this year is going to shit, I do not, especially with them getting the All-Star game, she's not going nowhere. She might sign a 1-year deal.
For DTs last year and getting that All-Star just to show that appreciation to the community and everying. I see
exactly.
That. And Satu is someone we're going to be talking about for trades eventually. But yeah, sorry, go ahead. Yeah,
it's kind of like how Stewie signed back for that 1 year to play with Sue.
Yeah.
So it could
that's same type of vibes. I put it at 1% chance that she leaves. It's not high. So
not.
But after this next season, if they don't make something shake, and I don't think they're going to make something shake, she's gone. So next one, Candace Parker, the Las Vegas Aces. Is she retiring after this season? Is she coming back?
Listen, because this is going to get me emotional. So, my dear sweet Candace Parker, I really feel like she will retire if they win. I really do. I just, not saying that she can play another year. I really feel like she could play at least 1 more year after this year. But she always has said she would never cheat the game. So I mean, that's a direct quote. So, I mean, and she's not the type before a farewell tour. She's just gonna do what she wants to do. I feel like once they, hoist that trophy over their heads, I think it's a done deal, and I'm going to cry. I'm gonna cry. I can't. I don't want to think about it. It's rough, man. She's one of my faves. I don't want her to go anywhere, but she's 37. So, I mean, I guess as much as I hate it,
I am saying that she plays until she's 39. She is still playing at a high level.
she is.
And she would not be cheating the game. I think 39 is going to be.
Not.
So I'm going to say she plays this year, 2 more seasons in a bench capacity, like fringe starter and everything. I think she does it. She loves the game too much. The players like her. I think she stays a little longer because she's relatively staying healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And she's still, again, playing at a high level. I don't know. I would not be surprised if she left any season. If she left after this one, after winning a championship, would not be surprised. I'd be sad with you.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I am not getting those vibes that she's going to leave after this season. I was before the season. Mm-hmm. I'm not getting it now. And
that's because she hasn't said too much.
Exactly. And just like her face in the game and everything, like she doesn't look tired. She looks like she's still enjoying it. I will say this. If she says she is coming back, but she wants to make a little more money, this will become my number one initiative to bring the 2 Parkers together. That's all I'm going to say.
I wanted it to happen back in Chicago. I ain't gonna lie. But, it did not happen. They have great respect for one another, but I would love for Candace to come play in Atlanta, Jersey. I would love that. That would be one of my.
And it wouldn't be too far fetched. I really don't think it would be. It's not far fetched at all. Because this is still a good team on the fringe, especially if we make a playoff run. So, and then, we will talk plenty more about this later. So first, Todrick, if D-Rob doesn't come back, who would I want to start at point guard? It would depend who's available, what other decisions we make, and how much cap space.
True.
We are one of those teams that I would not mind going after SDS if we have the cap space with other moves and everything. I don't know. So
I feel it.
So, but on to power rankings. And this is not how they're viewed now. This is how we think teams are going to end the season. So we're not going off recency bias now, even though it's going to play a factor. But first, because we're going to be doing a playoff exercise, so let's both first go through our lottery teams. So who are your 4 lottery teams?
So my 4 lottery teams are the Storm, the Mercury, the Fever, and the Sky.
I have the same exact 4.
Wow! Damn it, no matter how we try to change it up, we always end up at the same. Yeah.
Because the Sky have not been good.
They haven't been good. And the only reason I wouldn't put the Sparks there is because Kurt is too good of a coach.
Finally getting healthy.
And they're getting healthy at the right time. And they have no choice but to go on a winning streak. They have no choice. If they don't, they're gonna be screwed. They're going to be screwed. They cannot be neck and neck with the Sky or the Lynx. They can't. They can't afford it.
And I think the Sky and Fever are going to be right there. I will say they'll be on the fringe, but the Sky, I'm not seeing that fire to get in there because players know they're not going to be on there. And chat, I appreciate your energy on the Liberty.
Yes.
We appreciate you all so much. You're after our own heart. It means a lot.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, the Sky are 3-9 in their last 12, and I don't see it coming together. I didn't see it at the beginning of the season, but yeah. And Dallas would get another lottery pick, and that sucks. They would make a trade, so they wouldn't have one of those picks, I hope. because that would suck
They
them
probably
having 2
will.
picks again. But
Mhm.
yeah. All right, so you get to
Crazy.
start first.
Mhm.
Go through your playoff matchups. So 1 versus 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5, and then break down how the playoffs
How
will
they
shape
look up.
out and everything. Tell your story.
All right, so my first matchup would be the Aces and the Lynx.
Okay.
I feel like that's gonna be a 3-0 sweep, easy.
Isn't the first series best of 3?
Yeah, it's best of 3. So
Okay,
yeah, so it'll
so
be
2-0.
2. Yeah, it'll be 2-0. Yeah,
Okay,
2-0.
I was just
My
making
bad.
sure. Okay,
2-0.
cool.
2-0.
Okay.
It's too easy. My next matchup would be the Sun and Sparks. That'll be good parity because
I almost picked that, but yeah, that would be
Yeah.
so interesting too. Kurt playing his forward.
First
boy.
off, not even just that. That just adds to it, but like they literally have played each other in the playoffs in every single over the last 4 years. Every time they match up, the Sun have won, and I don't see anything different happening. Honestly, I don't. It'll probably be a 2-0 sweep, but
Okay.
who knows? NECA might go nuclear, and they might steal a game, but I still don't
That's
see
what
them
would
winning the
take.
series. Yeah, it literally would. My 3-6 matchup would be the Liberty and the Wings.
Okay.
And to be honest, I need somebody else to take the 6th seed because I just don't have the faith that the Boneless Wings, the chicken nuggets, are going to could actually. I mean, I feel like they're gonna get a game because like this is the thing with the Wings. They were hanging tough last year. They really did hang tough in the series, their playoff matchup last year. I feel like it could have went either way, but I really do feel like they're gonna at least get a game. I want them to. I still feel like they could possibly win 2. They could, but are they gonna do it? Who knows? Because they're inconsistent. My 4-5.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Yeah, I love it. My 4-5 is Dream Mystics.
Okay.
And like the Dream have no choice but to win because like I hate playing against the Mystics, especially in the playoffs. We have to win. We've shown that we can.
Is it a 3-game series or a 2-game?
It'll probably be a 3-game, but
Okay.
I do feel like we're gonna pull it off.
Okay.
We have to. We don't have any other choice.
Okay, so we'll go round by round where we do it together. So I'll do my first round first, and then we'll go back to yours.
Okay.
Mine, Aces versus Sparks.
Okay, I can see that though.
I feel like I wanted to put the Sparks higher, but like they got off to like a really rough start. I think it's going to come back together enough for them to make the playoffs, but it's going to be by the skin of their teeth. I feel like the Lynx will be like a couple games ahead at the end of the season and everything. So I have those games being similar how it was at the beginning of the season. The Sparks give a really good run for 3/4 in one of the games, and then the Aces win decently comfortably, and then the second one it goes back to Vegas, and yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, it's over with. Yep. Absolutely.
Connecticut, Minnesota. If another team with more depth, because like, man, I really don't like Connecticut as much without Breonna Jones, but I just don't think Minnesota's the team to be able to do it. So Minnesota does steal a game, but Connecticut wins and moves to the second round. New York gets the 3rd seed, but, and this works out, there is a team struggling with injuries right now, and they're not going to win as many games right now as they could, and they're going to drop a little bit.
I like it.
And they're going to start hitting their rhythm at the end of the season. Has there been this format's pretty new. I don't think there's been a sweep of a 6 over a 3 before. Mystics over Liberty in 2.
Ooh. I like it.
Blake and I know you hate playing the Liberty in the first game, in the first series, but It fits because Dallas fits it, but I agree. I don't think they could win a series against those teams. They could steal a game, like you said, but win a series? I don't think so. So I had to pick a team that could do it, and that's my
that
pick.
would be the perfect storm right there.
And then 4-5, I also wanted this because, Dallas, it's personal right now. Atlanta wins both games by double digits, and they move to the second round.
Okay.
All right. Your second round has the Aces and the Dream, and the Liberty and the Sun.
All right, so I feel like...
And Mr. K, I like your Fever versus Liberty too. If they can get it together, they have the pieces to be better than they are. I would not mind that pick either. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So, as much as I would love for the Dream to take it, I do feel like it could go to 5 games. But I do not feel like at this moment that anybody is going to beat this the Aces, because like they have a hell of a lineup. They have so many matchup problems. They're probably gonna have Raquana Williams back by that time. So it's gonna be rough, but I do feel like we're gonna at least get... I don't think we're gonna get swept. And we could possibly push it to 5 games. But I got the Aces in that matchup.
Okay. So by 4 or 5, Liberty, if you had the pick.
4 or 5? I'll say 5.
5? Okay.
Because Ryan is crazy. And she's going crazy. I don't feel like, they're going to be able to lock off our big 3 up for long enough to, like, get a sweep on us. At least, like, I don't think that's happening. Maybe they doing it for it, but I don't know. The dream is tough. But exactly, as far as the Sun Liberty, I really feel like, because both of these teams are so inconsistent.
They are.
I don't know who's going to out. Like, I don't know who's going to outdo who. It honestly is a toss-up. But I have to get the Liberty up out of here now. So it would have to be the Sun. Like, they have to pull it out.
And 5.
AT, just truck whoever you got to at this point. Because, like, as much as, me, I don't really like, the Autobot is going to have to do what the Autobot does. So, yeah. They just have to. I can't stomach the Liberty making the finals. So, they have to
That's
win
why I
by
already
default.
have them out.
Exactly. I appreciate that.
Do they have them in how many games?
How many games? This is gonna have to be 5 because
That's low. Okay.
Yeah.
So since there was an upset, I don't have to have the Dream playing the Aces in the second round in the semis.
Lucky.
So Aces versus Mystics.
Mm-hmm.
I say they take a game.
Mm-hmm.
But Mr. K, don't get me started, but you're probably right. But I say the Aces in 4 over the Mystics.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Dream in 5 over the Sun. It will be a really good series.
Mm.
The past Dream and the future. I think Tiffany Hayes has one game where she gets us mad at her all over again. But in the end, we win a 5-game series and we beat Connecticut 3-2 to make it to the finals against the Aces.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I like that.
All right, so Aces versus Sun.
A repeat. Don't we love those series when they have,
Mm-mm.
But like honestly, it's gonna be too easy. It's gonna be 3-1. It's at least gonna be 3-1. They could sweep it. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like the Aces could definitely sweep.
But there was that game earlier in the season where they just went bonkers and couldn't miss a shot. It would take something like that, and they'll probably get one of those games where it's like that.
They will. You know what? Honestly, to be like completely honest, like it could very well happen because the Sun, every now and again, they play like the Monstars. And it's going to take them playing like the Monstars to beat the Aces. They're going to get everybody's best game. And I feel like, of course, they're going to weather the storm. It's inevitable. Yeah. Like, we knew this was going to be a wrap before the season started. But it's like, they'll give them a good run in at least 2 games, but it's going to be a 3-1 series at the worst.
I would agree with you with that. And then, yeah, they would either win game 1, and then they would have people think like, oh, maybe they can pull this off, or it will be a hashtag disrespect game, and everyone will be wearing those T-shirts in Connecticut for game 3, and they win it, and they're see, we told you, and then they get blown out in game 4. So it will be one of those two if this series happens.
Yeah, definitely.
Dream versus Aces. I want to say 5, but I just don't think we have the roster right now to do 5. Like, you can see how the season goes and everything. But I say Aces and 4 over the Dream. We take 1. I say we even the series, and I'm feeling really good and everything. And then, yeah.
Yeah, talking major trash.
I think all of them are going to be close. I don't think they blow us out in any of the games, but I think we're pieces away, but we show enough this season where we're one of the most attractive teams to go to in the offseason. That's ultimately what I'm wanting. So
that's all I really want from this season for the Dream, really, to be honest, is that we remain a competitive team and, show that we're a destination for a free agent. Because it's gonna take 4 as opposed to having a big 3. We already have our big 3. We have our nice little nucleus that we are building. But we definitely need to expand it to 4, because if it expands to 4, that is just a wrap on the rest of the league.
Exactly. So, because we do not have a big 4 right now. We have people that step up. We have a good collective unit. But to compete with the Aces for a full best-of-5 playoff series, I would even feel more comfortable. I would not want this, but if we played them in the first round, I'd feel more comfortable winning that than a best-of-5. I feel like we could pull off an upset for best of 3. And Goggles are a recruiting tool.
They are.
Man, that was some fun content. That was some fun
hilarious.
Content.
Shout out to Alicia's Goggles. They made it all over Vegas.
They really did.
It was precious. I loved it. Ryan she had her own pair that were like basically shades, and that was probably the funniest thing that happened to the entire game. So I'm like, where are you going in these?
For me, it was her cleaning the glasses, and then the person that does it on the Dream staff was like, wow, you did it verbatim of what I do for her. Like, she put extra care. She had like the towel and everything for it. Like, it was great.
Ryan is so serious, and I love her so much for it, because she is literally she's blossoming more. Because like last year, I don't think Ryan's ever actually been reserved at all. I just feel like she's just more comfortable to be her true self, and her true self is like hilarious. Love it. I love every second of it. Give me more content. I need more.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So first half of last season, including the All-Star and everything, it was more trying to push off narratives and everything, like trying to show that she belongs, that she was the number 1. And then second half, we start seeing more of her personality. And then this offseason and this season, we've seen it completely. Like, she's just been full Ryan and everything. Because
a superstar,
everybody knows who she is. Exactly.
And everybody loves her too. That's the funniest part, is like everybody not only respects her, and that's like rare for her to have this level of respect in only her second year.
No kidding.
Like, a lot of players do not get that type of respect off rip like Ryan has. And it's beautiful to see, because like they respect her game, and they also respect her as a person. And everybody ain't got that, as we've seen.
Exactly.
She has,
and it feels like in every area. She plays on both ends. When she knocks down big shots, like, of course she has like trash talk and like funny hand gestures and stuff.
Exactly.
But she pushes up her teammates. She has respect for the game and the opponent, as long as it's within reason.
Always respect the opponent. Yeah.
Within reason. Let me add that caveat.
Because she ain't no fool, and she ain't gonna let you push her around. But damn it, she is going to. She's like
she really is.
She has all the makings of being a superstar, and possibly a face of this league.
That's why I was saying, watch out. I mean, there are going to be multiple faces that should be, but she better be one of them. She better be one of the 4.
Oh yeah, she definitely
coming up really soon. So
I feel like there's no question. Yep.
I can see that Ryan, Asia, and Aaliyah cover.
Oh yeah. Oh,
once they get someone that's better on that marketing team for that one video game, they can.
Oh, they just
can go a lot better.
The hell they want.
Mr. K, don't make us mad, please. I have not seen one. Man, I'm just man. Gonna hold it all in before I go on a rant. But needless to say, yeah, she looked great in that W Slam cover. Like, she is her, and I'm so excited for her future. Like, man,
so great and so young,
right? Or right around the time that we go usually on these and everything. We're a little over an hour, so I think this is a good time. Really quick, the last question I'll leave with. How many games in a row do the Dream win before they finally lose one? So I'm just going to go game by game. You tell me which one they lose.
Okay, let's go.
The Lynx.
They winning that, so 7-game winning streak.
Okay, the first Sun game, that's a school day game.
I feel like that's another dub.
Okay. Sun game, I believe it's on Saturday.
That might be the first loss.
Okay.
Because I don't think they can beat them back-to-back just yet.
That is really hard.
It's extremely hard.
Yeah, I feel the same way. So I hope they prove us wrong. But, yeah, that's where I had them losing 2. So I think we tie our record at 8 games because that's the amount we got in 2018, but we can't quite do 9 because the Sun are really hard.
Yeah, they're too hard to beat back to back.
I will say that we get revenge on the Liberty a couple games after that loss. We got that. That is going to have a playoff atmosphere. We are going to be ready. We've had this circled since after the game. Ryan has clearly had it circled. Cannot wait for it.
She's pissed. Can't wait.
And Amber, tell me if you're down, because Amazon games, sometimes we can't stream them on playback. But I was thinking of going with more a radio feel. We say what we see and our biased opinions in a little more detail and everything, and have a good time. So,
I feel like we've done it before. We could do it again.
Yep, because that is going to be an iconic game. If we win it, I'm saying this now, I'm going to watch it again, either next day or later that week. I already want to watch it again if we win.
Of course.
So,
as you should.
Just putting it out there. Especially since we're not able to stream it live potentially. It's pretty much a guarantee I'll want to play that again once. It's not an if, once we win that game.
Big.
Yeah.
Big.
So we might break playback.
Probably. You already know it.
Because if we win, we're screaming.
Oh, yeah. Screaming bloody murder. Absolutely.
But yeah.
That's how it works.
But yeah, this was fun. As always, chat, you make this so much fun with your comments and random subjects and everything. We love it. We will be back on, thank goodness, tomorrow. We get basketball again. And I made a poll on Twitter. I'm not much of a soccer person, but would you all want to watch a World Cup game after a WNBA game one of these times? I don't know if it would be a big deal. It's in Australian stuff. So let us know.
Soccer.
I like it. I have not had time for it and stuff, but it's been fun sometimes. So let us know if you would tune in for that. And we still obviously talk basketball while we're watching it, but just something fun to have on the background stuff. So, but yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you all on here next week, Monday, and on playback tomorrow. See ya.